Dreams on Christmas Eve. Come one and come all to hear by the fire a story of Christmas with which to retire. You'll hear it combine the bitter and sweet, in hopes that this food your spirit may eat. A son of a sonnet and daughter of dance, they hope on this night that you'll give them a chance. With rhymes they've composed this purpose to say, a blessing for you to receive on this day.
This season the people are made to rejoice, a feeling returning the strength of their voice. What causes this change they like to debate, as each in the winter will challenge their fate. Not everyone wins the challenge of life, and countless are pressured by many a strife. Our treasures and joy we like to bequeath, in hopes that our children have more than their teeth.
But tragedy comes no matter the plan, regardless how good the woman or man. In times of great pain we wander and wend, unclear of the purpose we're given to tend. If someone is lost, please hold to them tight, for drifting in darkness their anchor is light. The value of love is not measured in gold, but deep in the morals of stories we're told.
For once was a time two lovers had met, forever they dawdled in labor and debt. A child begotten in passion's embrace, with little to wear but shoes without lace. The family struggled to make their ends meet, with little to earn, no clients to greet. The mother and father were lost to the cold, their child alone was left to grow old.
The orphan was found asleep in the snow, and rescued by bards on the way to their show. A girl whose movements were flowing with grace, a man whose spirit was writ on his face. There won't be a show, we'll find you a home. This isn't a night for children to roam. The kindness the orphan couldn't believe, to go without dinner on Christmas Eve.
We know a good place, it isn't too far. Just keep up your chin and look to the star. She held out her hand, so gentle and warm, the orphan forgetting the terrible storm. They counted their steps with musical math, and bounded along the cobblestone path. They came to a house for children to dwell, all raised by a saintly mademoiselle.
The children were gathered to see the new guest, not knowing the meaning of quiet or rest. The orphan was sad and fearful to stay. He thought that the bards would wander away. While guiding him deeper into the house, he clung with his hand to the dancer's red blouse. Her man had a thought, his eyes were agleam. Of what on this night will you children dream?
He turned to the orphan and whispered this well. I want you to listen to what they will tell. It's tough to get better with trouble in mind, so here we will dream to leave it behind. Don't worry too hard what lesson to learn, but soon it will come, the time for your turn. The children here know what you have been through. I know they relate to me and to you.
The orphan was worried of what he would speak. His voice was too shaky, his knees were too weak. The eyes of the crowd were darting around, but all he could do was stare at the ground. The bards had begun, a time for a tale. No air in his lungs, no wind in his sail. But then came a squeak of a child so small that may it be said she was bravest of all.
The tiniest chimed as soft as a hair, to speak of the clothing she wanted to wear. Pajamas and onesies and fuzzy pink suits, the mittens and scarves and shiny new boots. She wanted to dress all pretty and nice, with clothing that hadn't been eaten by mice. So brave had she been to give a reply, forgetting that she was supposed to be shy.
Surprised that his friend had spoken so loud, a brother was eager to stand in the crowd. He spoke of a gift he thought hard to name, that came in the form of a video game. Excitement it gave was pleasant and quick, each second to pass with furious click. A magic to find all crammed in a box, more thrilling to play than throwing some rocks.
A friend to his left was eager to share, believing that he had been given a dare. To play with their friends, they each would compete, excitedly twisting around in the seat. His favorite games he thought in his mind, of players online all learning to grind. No matter the game, no matter the end, he wanted to share that time with a friend.
The orphan was puzzled and gave them a stare, and wondered for what on Christmas to care. He found it quite fun to watch them all stand. He never had seen such order at hand. They each were so patient and waited their turn, as if there was something they wanted to learn. He flitted his eyes to the light and the shade, and thought it was stellar the effort they made.
A girl then said, I think I will see the bits and bobs we put on the tree. The silver and gold, the green and the red, all put me to ease when I'm lying in bed. I think about how the work is so hard to write to our mom a good enough card. We carefully hang each shiny new prop and marvel the angel we place on the top.
Another young girl was dreaming of peace, of pleasantly waiting for blizzards to cease. A chocolate drink and close to the fire, all wrapped up in blankets and Christmas attire. While hearing the music and keeping the beat, her daddy would tickle the soles of her feet. Her tears, they were falling down her small face, and soon she was held in her friend's embrace.
A boy was acting as though he was sworn to keep her from thinking of what she would mourn. While rushing to help, he couldn't but shout. He went on to say what his dream was about. Remembering garlands they made time to hang, the house had been full of many a bang. The home was now sparkling bright in the night, 'cause children had come to give it some light.
The orphan was crying and wiping his tears. The courage he saw was easing his fears. So caught in his thoughts of the wrong and the right, he never had tried to play with the light. He saw they were trying to show that they care, and found a new comfort was warming the air. He wondered again of what he would dream, in hopes that their words would give him a theme.
A girl then thought her dream would soon show how busy she'd be while cooking the snow. We'll hustle around and learn how to cook, the recipes found from reading the book. I'm making a list and checking it twice, so I can then fashion my favorite ice. Another one stood, both quiet and meek, but certain in mind of what he would speak.
I know that I'll dream of holding a hand while hearing the bells as Santa will land. He'll come down the chimney and leave us a gift from out of the bag that's heavy to lift. While waiting all night, how happy we'll feel to have just a moment that magic is real. I'll dream of that moment I share with my friend and pray for some year that Christmas won't end.
The moment had come for the orphan to speak, although he was feeling both wobbly and weak. This season, I only had wanted to live. I don't understand how to dream or to give. I eat from the garbage and sleep in the snow. I don't understand the way you all glow. The orphan was crying and trembling in shame, afraid that he'd ruin the children's new game.
The orphan looked up, astonished to see the mademoiselle was down on her knee. She took a small cloth and dabbed at his tears. She gave him a hug and kissed at his ears. You're welcome to stay, with brothers to run, with sisters to laugh and play in the sun. The day will soon come when Christmas you'll know, and learn of the reason our kindness we show.
The orphan was thankful and gave her a nod, not knowing religion or faith or of God. He put on a smile and tried to look bright, believing that something of good was in sight. Their love and their hope had found a way in, for him to accept that they would be kin. He turned to the others and held out a hand to join in a union and form a new band.
The bars were beholding their wondering faces as each of the children spoke of their graces. They took of the chance to give them a game to teach to the group the orphan's own name. The holiday night was brimming with joy, enough to be shared with each girl and boy. They tried to give both of their grace and their souls to play with the children in all of their roles.
The orphan approached in this moment of song because he still felt that something was wrong. What reason was there for you on this day to give unto me a home I can stay? How could they then guide this child to laud, to properly say his thanking to God? The storm had long passed and freed up the sky to show the North Star, now clear to the eye.
Thee asked of the orphan if he would see the glory of what had been given to be. The humblest major would then define the meaning the bards would have to divine. For goodness, it stems from that which was risen in earliest days of men forgiven. No matter his thoughts of what was forlorn, they asked him to think of the Savior born.
Depictions they carved from out of the wood, yet fully they held the meaning of good. Although they were poor, they knew of their place, to give unto others a show of their grace. From Mass in the winter for Jesus the Christ, poured out to the season for many enticed. This season they dance and proudly they ring, to give to the songs a meaning to sing.
So both of the bards had chosen to leave an orphan's first dreams on that Christmas Eve. Reminded by children of pureness and youth, they learned a bit more of the holiday's truth. For grateful are they that see how they're blessed, to know what it means to act as their best. They give of themselves and honor the most, the Father, the Son, and the holiest Ghost. The End. Dreams on Christmas Eve was written by Son of Sonnet for Pippa and the Capippalists. Artists on this project include Jayde, HnkEcho, Coffi, Aristides, Beefpie, ScreamtheSoul, ToonJustine, Tangenterines, Geo Rico, BerserkedRage, Jameson, and RubiiGraphics. Guest reader for this project is Sawa Art as the Mother. Project organized, produced, and edited also by Son of Sonnet. Thank you.